Guys, I'm going to take you through changing this turn signal bulb up front here. It's actually still working, just fell down in, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to access it most easily through here. So first we're going to roll the headlight up and then take the cover off. Okay, now that we've got the engine bay opened up here, we're going to remove these two bolts. And actually we're going to take this little rubber piece off too. You're going to need access to that in a moment, but these guys are using, I think it's called a torque bit here. So yeah, we're just going to take those two off. There are a couple more. We're trying to remove this lid, and you'll see why here later. Now with these two screws out, we're going to bring the headlight up, and I'm going counterclockwise on the motor here, and you'll see it's raising it up. It takes a little bit, so I'm not going to make you suffer through all of it. Once it gets to the top, we're going to pick back up with the next action step. Okay, headlights up. So now we need to remove this black bezel here. And there are 3 Phillips head screws, which I'm going to remove and then show you the next step. Okay, so we got those 3 screws out. Now we're just going to give this a pull, and then it drops down in a bit, and then just slide it on out. It's pretty simple if you have 2 hands to do it. Okay? Now the next step is to finish removing this lid. So we're going to take this bolt out and this with that same, I think it's called a torque bit we were using before, and then this will slide off. Okay, so those have been removed. Now we're just going to lift and slide this out of place. Okay, and now what we need to do, because we need to reach our hand down in here, to have access to right around in this area. So we're going to lower this back down, which is going to make a gap right here. And we'll do that by just going clockwise here on the headlight motor, and then you'll see it drops back down. And once it gets down, I'll show you the next step. So these are the bulbs you're going to want to use, 4157 NA, and I have a clear one and an amber. You typically should use the yellow or amber here, but so anyway, you see here I'm going to reach down in, and then under here is where that bulb is set in that fixture. It's kind of hard to see, but it comes up underneath and locks into this fixture, as you can see right in here. So, and then mine, unfortunately I didn't seat it properly last time, so it came out, and as you can see the bulb's a little gunky there, so I'm just going to go ahead and swap the bulb out, and then I'm going to press it back up in and turn it into place. Okay, with the new bulb in, we're going to press it up in and crank it in. I do recommend that you pay close attention to which direction this is facing as you release it. You're going to press here and turn, but I definitely recommend you pay attention to how it's seated in this fixture as you take it out. You know, that's a problem I've had in the past. And then getting it to line back up is a challenge. But I'm going to lift it up in here, then just rotate it into place. Now, I don't know if this is going to work for you, but I'm going to try to get this camera down in here so you can see how that bulb sits into place. Again, I'm shooting blind here, but see, have it up in here and tried to twist it into place, and it should have this lock in place, and if I want to take it off, I just have to press it and work in the other direction. Hopefully you can see that that is in there firmly now. Now, with the lid in place, I'm going to put these 2 screws back in, and again, these are those Torx nuts or Torx screws. I'm going to put those back in now. And with those 2 back in place, now we're going to put this black bezel back in, and basically you got to slide it down in like so, and then I'm going to get these little guys to hook up right up under there. And it'll slide right into place. And then once it's in place, like so, we have the 3 screws to put back in. So, and those are the Phillips. So we're going to put those in. And with this bezel tightened down there, with all 3 of these screws in place, right here, now we're going to lower the headlight back down by going clockwise here, and then once it gets to the bottom, then we'll put these 2 screws back in, and then you are officially done once you well, let me go ahead and do it all the way here. So you're going to run this all the way down. As you see, it takes a minute. And once that's down, just cap it off so you don't forget. And then we're going to put these 2 guys back in. Again, that's the torque deal. And then we're done. And now we're just going to give it a little test. Make sure we are indeed good. And yes, oop, there we go. So we've got that, and it's working